Alright, we are live, both on Twitch and YouTube. So we're going to be continuing the playthrough that I'm doing of The Last Plague Blight, because I've never actually made it through the storyline that is in the game so far, and we're going to be working on that. Also, folks, let me know if my volume's not set right or anything, or if we're having problems. Okay. So let's see how we're doing. We got some fish that we're smoking right now. Trying to get this fish all cooked up. There we go. Get that all organized. That's all good. Just picking up where we left off. So I got a couple things we want to work on today. I want to work on building a small bridge across this river here. And then, at some point, probably during the stream, the people who wrote us the mysterious letter last time are going to show up. So before we go and build that bridge, we're going to need a couple things. We're going to need a tool here, and specifically what we're going to need is we're going to need a shovel, which means we're going to need some long planks, some short planks, and some more nails. I always hit escape to get out of that when I don't need to. Alright, so we've got some nail molds. We've got our furnace here. So let's go ahead and get the stuff we need to make some more nails real quick. So grab these copper pieces. We'll go ahead and just split one off here. Split another one off. There we go. And we should need 1 and 2 tin pieces to get our extra set of nails. So we'll go ahead and throw these in here. There we go. Alright, let's grab a piece of charcoal. Should only need like 1 or 2, I think. We need 8 minutes. And that'll give us 17. Perfect. So let's go grab our extra stuff we need here. There we go. Put that away. And I should have... let's use a flint. Long sticks. It's my garlic that's growing. Here we go. Here's some regular sticks. How many pine branches I got? Just 1 pine branch. Well, let's leave that alone. Here, we'll come over here and grab this pine branch. A twig. Mostly we just need some kindling right now to get this fire going here. And that's where I cut down a tree earlier. Alright, so let's go into here and let's go ahead and do what we can see what we can do here. So let's go ahead and craft that up. Strip off basically the pine needles off these pine branches here. And then we'll also just go ahead and I can just do it from this menu here. Let's go ahead and do both of those pine cones, get some pine nuts. We'll just keep them as food. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's come check this thing out now. So if we do this, there's our tinder and our kindling. Oh yeah, perfect. That should light up just fine right there. So let's go ahead and do that. And that'll get us some more nails, which we're going to need. Good. It did indeed light. That's up temperature. Let's get that bronze smelting. And then actually I'm going to grab a little more clay, because there's a couple other things I think I want to make here. There we go. So we got a saw. So let's go back into here. And I think I want not an ingot mold. I do want a knife mold. And let's see what else we can do here. I don't need nails. That's a saw blade. Where's the axe mold? I want an axe. There's the axe mold. There we go. So we've got the bowls. Now the other thing we're going to need to start working on at some point, very soon, is we're going to need to start working on a larger kiln, because the current kiln we have is not going to be big enough to do everything we need to do here. Oh good, that's finished smelting. Perfect. So let's go ahead and pour these nails here. Yep, let's do that one. And we'll do that one. There we go. And we can throw this back in here. Done. Alright. We're going to put our molds into here. Can we do both at the same time? We can. Excellent. Alright, perfect. And actually, the other thing I'm going to go ahead and do, since we're going ahead and light this up here, we're going to grab 2 more stacks of clay, and we're going to make some bricks. Actually, we might be able to do this candle mold, too. Yeah, we'll do a candle mold as well. Actually, that'll be a good thing to have. So, we'll need candles for kind of the next, like, major thing we're going to be doing. But let's go ahead and just get this going here. Alright, so let's throw that in there. Throw that there. This here. And let's go ahead and go back into our crafting menu. And we're going to make one more set of kindling there. There we go. Throw that in there for fuel. Go ahead and throw that in there for fuel. There we go. Alright. So we'll just light this thing up. Get these going. Because I do want to... So basically the reason I want to make a bronze knife and a bronze axe is my steel ones will rust if they get wet. And I kind of want to protect them. Because I don't have a way to de-rust them. Alright. So let's do that. That's good there. I'm going to come check my hides and stuff. How's this going over here? Alright, so that's 55% done. How's this going? These are pretty good here. Alright, gotta work on the water situation. I forgot last episode I left this off here without too much water. There we go. So all that all works. Throw this in here. Boil that up. Save that. Ah, good. Our nails are done. There we go. Nails acquired. So now we need some boards. Which means we're going to need to cut down another tree here. A couple of trees, honestly. Let's see here. How's this looking? That may need a little bit more fuel to it, I think. Let's go ahead and get my axe here, and we'll go ahead and chop, no, not forge, I want to chop this up. There we go. Use this for a little more fuel. Also, as of note for folks, I do now actually have a chat overlay, so if y'all throw chat messages, you'll see it there, and that's for both YouTube and Twitch, since I am streaming to both. So everyone gets to share in the chat experience now, and see what everybody else is saying. I thought that'd be a nice thing to do. Took me a while to figure out how to get set up, but we got it now. Alright. The other reason I want a proper axe instead of this hatchet, it will chop this stumps just a little bit faster. Although this hatchet's fairly handy. I have to go check those garlics here in a little bit. There we go. Get all this firewood here. Well, scrap wood. It's basically firewood. There we go. There we go. Alright. Let's check this first here. Yeah, so that could use a little bit more fuel. There we go. We'll just add that in there. That way, once these are done, I can go ahead and get my candlestick mold going, because we got some fat that we're going to need to use for something here. Go ahead and grab this here. And let's also check our smoking rack. That's all still smoking, but that's alright. We'll drink this here. And the main thing we're going to do is we're also going to keep an eye on that coyote that was wandering around over there. We don't want to have to deal with him coming into camp here. Alright, there we go. Let's see how this is going. Oh, good. Those are done. Throw that in there. Get that firing up nicely. Put this on the campfire. Get that boiling. Keep the water going. Throw a little more wood in here. Perfect. This fish is almost done. And now what we can do is we can place these on the ground here. So we need 300. We need 600 milliliters of bronze there, which we don't have. I got enough. I couldn't even get 100 there, so we're going to have to get some more copper because we're running kind of low. Okay, those two are done. I'm going to go ahead and let all 4 pieces of fish finish, and then I'll do the next 4. That'll give us more than enough food laying around here. How's this going? It's 33% done, so I think we'll have enough fuel in our kiln. And then we'll probably put our character to bed for the evening. See how this tanning's going. 67% there. Also keeping an eye on these hides we've got over here. 66% done, and they're still going pretty efficiently. Alright. Good, our water's done, so let's go ahead and drink all that. And then we need to feed our character. So let's go ahead and get some more water boiling, then we'll eat some of this jerky that we don't need. Because unfortunately this jerky is kind of low quality, we want to get rid of it. The fish is a much... that's the word I'm looking for. It's a much more efficient food in the moment, because we get more food value out of it than we suffer blight. Let's go ahead and eat this whole stack of jerky here. And then I think we'll work on getting... in the morning we'll work on getting the lumber we need for that shovel. And we'll also save these pine nuts, because these pine nuts don't really go bad. Oh, I just now noticed. These show, like, what they're roughly valued at. So, like, these cured sausages are worth, like, 4 pennies. Fish is worth 3. The smoked fish is worth, like, 5. That's good to know. That's interesting. I was curious about that. Yeah, that's going to be nice and done there. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and throw these extra pieces of scrap wood in here. There we go. We'll drink all of that. Top our water off again. Perfect. Nice. Our water's all nice and topped off. Go ahead and finish off this jerky. Again, it doesn't provide a whole lot of food value, especially for getting that 0.2 blight per... you know, we don't want our blight getting too high, because right now we don't have a way to get rid of blight. Unfortunately. Now, the next thing we're going to do... we'll grab a rope here in a minute. After we finish eating. Get our hunger nice and topped off. There we go. Alright, this fish should all be done too. There we go. Alright. Get the rest of that fish smoking up there. Beautiful. We got lots. I keep hitting that escape button. Alright, let's put these nails away, because I don't need those in my inventory right now. I'm going to put those down here. There we are. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Now let's see here. Then I'm going to want some of this fat here. Actually, we'll take it all, because I'll make a couple things real quick. I'm going to make some candles and a torch. There we go. Sorry, just responding to something there. Okay. Let's go see if our candle thing is ready. It is indeed. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so let's see here. So let's place you down, like, right over here. There we go. I'm just going to grab one of these dog banes real quick. We're going to go ahead and make a rope. There we go. How do I need to make a torch? Here. Torch, I just saw it. So I need 2 ropes and a stick. Alright, basically. So we'll grab this other dog bane. How's this looking over here? They're getting there. We're going to have to get a little more water in there. I have like a dog bane like sitting around over here somewhere. Now I got a milk thistle over there. Alright, well, we'll come over here and grab one of these ropes real quick. There we go. Alright, and then let's make one more rope, and then we're going to make one set of candlesticks, wicks here. There we go. Because we're going to make some candles. And I'll show you why we're going to make the candles here in a second. Alright, let me get a stick. There we go. Alright, so let's make that torch. Because we're going to want one for the future, especially when you go caving. Because I have found a cave, and we're gonna want to explore that cave. But there we go. So we've got a torch now. We're going to just put that here. And then we're going to come over here, and we're going to come to our candle mold. And we're going to add some wicks to it. And we're going to take this, because this requires, what? Yeah, 200 milliliters. So we're going to put our 2 pieces of fat in there, melt it, and make some candles. Going to make some tallow candles. Put those wicks away here in a second. Actually. Put these in here. There we go. Alright, how's that looking? Looking pretty good. Well, while that finishes... Well, no, I don't want to wander off too far. I don't want it to harden on me. After that's done, we'll go get some more firewood for the fire, because we're going to need it. There we go. There's our tallow. And let's do control, right-click to pour our tallow into there. There we go. Beautiful. Throw that back in there. Alright, how's this looking? That's still smoking up nicely. So let's go get the firewood that we need. Chop this up real quick, then we'll chop up the other one. And we'll just use this scrap wood to fuel our fire through the night. We're good. We got better at tree cutting. That'll help us out with chopping wood faster and stuff. And then in the morning, we'll get the wood we need for our shovel. And we'll go find some more copper, because we need some more copper. We have plenty of tin right now, but copper is going to be a real problem if we don't get some. Alright, well that one didn't really give us a whole lot, now did it? There we go. We're getting there. But again, if people have questions about this game, feel free to ask. I'm not, like, I haven't fully mastered the game, but I got a really decent idea of what I'm doing, I think. Because I actually want to push through what's in the story in this playthrough, and I also want to kind of get into the late game technology that exists, such as making mild steel and such. You gonna come at me, Coyote? Come here. Oh, that's a wolf. Never mind. Alright. I thought that was just a coyote. That was actually a wolf. Alright. It's probably after my food. So that's one thing you have to be careful about, is the animals will come after your food. Like the bears and the coyotes and the wolves and stuff. And I kind of figured that out when I realized you can make locked chests that they can't get into for storing your food and stuff. But I don't want to fight the wolf, because the wolf's actually pretty dangerous. I actually died to a wolf in a previous stream. And I'd rather not do that again. Alright, but there we go. The good news is, the animals have a fear of fire. So, they won't come too close to the fire. There we go. Alright, add all that to the fire. That'll give us another 9 hours. Oh good, our candles are done. So we'll grab those. There we go. We'll throw those in here. Hey David, how's it going? Am I sure that they have a fear of fire? Well, okay, let me phrase it. They're supposed to have a fear of fire. How about that? That's what the devs say. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things they fixed recently. Is that they're supposed to have a fear of fire. Alright, there we go. Gonna lay our character down and get some sleep. Awesome. Actually, while I wait for my character to sleep here, I'm gonna go fix something in the stream really quick. Because thank you for throwing that message out there. David? That's what I needed. So let me do this real quick, because I'm going to go fix something on my stream. Just a moment. There we go. We're going to move that up a little bit. There we go. I just wanted to make sure my chat overlay was looking good. There we go. Thank you so much for doing that, man. Oh, look. The mysterious cloaked figure has shown up that sent us a letter. Are you friendly, cloaked figure? Cloaked figure, we finally meet. That's a great name, cloaked figure. Who are you? I am Elric. I come from a sect of are called the Followers of the Divine Flame. We devote our time now to studying the Blight and its origins. Okay. What do you know about the Blight so far? As you may have seen for yourself, the Blight has already taken over all of the populated regions of the lands and continues to grow. It seems to be some sort of fungus that infects all nearby living things through airborne spores. It also appears to thrive and spread faster when exposed to fire, so burning it is out of the question. It's only a matter of time before it engulfs everything that we can see. We believe the Blight to be a manifestation of the Great Prophecy. It speaks of a time when man would be punished for his hubris and evil deeds, resulting in the end of days, cleansing of life. I don't believe in prophecies. You're free to believe whatever you wish. The prophecy does, however, hint at ways to undo what has been set in motion. We will continue to study the Blight and hope to find the answers we seek before we succumb to its effects. I've come to you to ask for your help. We are but a collection of elders, not fit for more dangerous tasks involved with our research. Will you help us? What do you need from me? We currently require samples that are quite difficult to obtain in some very infected areas of the wilderness. In return, we'll share everything we currently know and learn, such as potential remedies and protective substances. Alright, yeah, I guess I'll help him out. Excellent. So far, we've studied the Blight fungus closely, but have not found any way to use it for beneficial purposes yet. One location that interests us greatly is a nearby swampland. We believe the flooded environment creates the ideal conditions for the growth of unique substances that could be useful in our research. We have not yet been able to make the journey to these swamplands due to the dangers involved, so we ask you to help us in this regard. What dangers? The swamps have always been a hostile environment teeming with predators and breeding ground for disease-spreading insects. These threats have only grown worse after the Blight. However, we notice that certain mushrooms growing in healthy forests regions provide a small therapeutic effect when made into a soup. Take these. Take the items. So he gave us some red spotted mushrooms, or spotted red mushrooms, okay. These spotted red mushrooms can be found growing in the forest. They are very poisonous on their own, but when boiled together with a piece of ginseng root and a bit of salt, the poisonous essence of the mushroom seems to be altered to help counteract the Blight. This will help for now, but we need to find out more potent remedies soon before the Blight spreads too much. Thank you. Head to the nearby swampland and bring back anything of note you find. You need to make sure you're well prepared for this sort of journey by obtaining enough food, water, weapons, protective attire, and containers to be able to pick up and store any contaminated substances safely. We have a small camp in a cave not too far from here. Meet me back there with whatever you find. All right. Be careful. Conditions in the area will worsen very quickly. We expect the pattern of storms to intensify in the coming days. And carry more of the blight spread. Okay. So basically, they want us to go to a swamp and find interesting stuff. And I need more fuel for the fire. Well, sorry, tree, you're gonna become firewood. There we go. Get this tree up into firewood really quick. Grab this log, because I need... It's just easier if we keep the fire going. Also keep the wolves out of my yard. There we go. There. Cool. And we have some more food, which is perfect. And now, let's see how my leather and stuff is looking. For a couple of reasons. So let's see here. This hide is done. Good. Alright, what about these? Are these ready to be put on the tanning rack? Yes, they are. Perfect. Unfortunately, the tanning rack here can only do one at a time, so we're going to have to just store the other one. That's fine, because we need some leather. Throw this one in here with the other hides that are waiting. These are my hides waiting to go on the tanning rack. I think I can put my candles down here now. Keep this mildly organized. Cool. So let's get some leather. Because now... I'm going to show you one of the things I like to do. Because this blight's a real problem. But we have leather. And I do want to get this large backpack. That's going to be one of the next things we do with some of the next leather we get. But first things first, we're going to go... I don't have any rope on me. Hold on. Let me go get some rope. Oh, there's a stick here I missed. Pick up the stick. You mean not enough space? I certainly have enough space for some pine branches. There we go. Pine branches. Dog bane. Go. We'll make a rope real quick. It's raining, unfortunately. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to come back over here. Open this up. And we're going to put this axe... and this knife in here, because unfortunately these are iron, so they'll rust if they get in the rain there. It's a real problem. All right, now let's see here. Leather-wise, we can make gloves if we had one more rope, which we do, and 3 more ropes. So let's make a small leather pouch, which we're gonna want. We're gonna want that small leather pouch. Oh, steel-headed throwing spear is a new one. I hadn't seen that one before. The other thing we're going to want is we're going to want these water skins. And that's actually really what I want. So let's get some more ropes. Alright. How's this going? Is this filling up at all? No. Let's do this really quick. And let's also... before I wander off too far, we're going to go ahead and process these pine branches into something... Well, no, actually, we'll just add these to... Where's my pine branch stockpile? I had one. Pine leaves. Pine branch. There it is. I'm just going to add these in here. We'll save them for later. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and just eat all of those. We'll come out here and go looking for dogbane, because we're going to need some dogbane. Wet long stick. Dogbane. There we go. So we need dogbane. We're going to need some copper. Lots of things we kind of need. But how you doing tonight, David? You haven't been talking in chat a whole lot, but... There we go. Come on. Finish eating that piece of beef jerky. Yeah, see, we're gonna have to cure our blight here in a second. But the good news is, now that we have the recipe, we can kind of just keep making more of it. What I like to do is grab a bunch of this dog vein, grab this chamomile as well. There you go, dog vein. This is one of the things you kind of always need. You always need more, like more ropes and stuff. Come on. Get through the bush. There we go. It's hard to hit that dog vein in there. That's the blueberry bush. Dog vein. There we go. Got it. Let's grab this blueberry bush real quick. Eat some blueberries. That'll help us out. There we go. Go ahead and just eat. Nope. And just eat the whole stack. There we go. Thankfully, blueberries are actually fairly low in contamination. They don't provide a lot of food and water, but they provide some. We'll keep you going a little bit. Alright. Now, the other thing we're going to want is we need some ginseng. So let's keep an eye out for some ginseng here. Dandelions. And that's one of those blight patches that you want to kind of stay out of. Alright. Let's see your limestone, dandelions, blueberry bush. That's a copper rock over there. Which I don't have a pickaxe to mine, unfortunately. Dog vein, what's small stone? Looking for ginseng. There's some right there. Perfect. I'm gonna try and grab a couple ginseng. Ideally. Because we can plant more ginseng, which we will. Beautiful. Alright. Actually, let me grab some more of these dandelions, too, while we're at it. There we go. How are you looking? Let's grab a couple of these long sticks while we're here. Take them with us. Kind of a constant, like, you know, gathering of resources. I was hoping to find some more copper. There's some blueberry bushes here. We'll grab these here. Also, harvesting these blueberry bushes helps us improve our foraging skill. Oh, not enough space. Alright, well, let's go ahead and just eat all of those. Keep hitting that button. Blueberries. Blueberries. There we go. Eat. And eat all. They're a little contaminated, but that's alright. There we go. Alright. Got some more ginseng over here. But what I really need is copper now. Oof, good luck. Yeah. It's a tough game. But it's one of those games that, like, if you take it slow and kind of plan out what you're doing, you're usually okay. That's the main thing. Don't try to do, like, too much at once. Actually, one of the things I could do, real quick, to save myself some inventory space, is I can convert all of these dog vein into ropes real quick. That'll save me some inventory space, actually. There we go. Nice. Yeah, see, that saved me some inventory space right there. Alright. Where am I map-wise? I'm down in this area? Okay, well I know there'll be some copper in this direction, so we'll go this direction. So you can see there's one of those spotted red mushrooms in the wild there. But right now I have enough for what I need. Still heading south? Yeah, I am. Good, good, good. Let's get up this hill. Come on, up the hill. There we go. But there should be some copper over in this hilly area. Matter of fact, I can see a copper rock there. And there's some copper ore. Perfect. Take this copper ore. Some small wet copper pieces there. We'll grab those. Nice. Alright. Let's see here. Some stones up there. There's more copper over there. But I think I've hit these before. As in, I think I've gathered the copper around them before. There's some more cassiterite, which is tin, for people who don't know. There we go. We'll head up this way a little bit. We've gotten some copper. Grab a little more chamomile while I'm here. How are we looking on inventory space? Yeah, we're doing okay. Get this copper over here. Alright. And you're still on the map? Yeah, we are. Good, good, good. You get too far off the map, you start losing certain types of terrain features. But you can go exploring off the map. It's one of the things you can do. And it'll just keep generating new map chunks for you, basically. Now we got some more tin, which isn't really what I'm looking for, but I'll take it. There's some copper there. That is what I'm looking for, though. There's some copper. There's the other copper bits. There they are. Small stone. Alright. Limestone. I don't need limestone. Not right now. There's some more tin, which is nice, but I don't need tin. I need copper. Let's see here. Try and work my way around this area here. Alright. Now, keeping an eye out for more copper. Here's more tin. What about over this way? Let's go this way. There's also some iron over this way, which would be nice, which I'll grab if I get the opportunity. Let's do... Well, that sort of helped. I don't quite have enough space for any iron. That's alright. Alright. Oh, there's a rabbit. Actually, what I can do to make it so I can carry some iron, so I'll empty out that hand. So that's the year map-wise. Yeah, I'm almost to the iron that I found. It's like right over this ridge here, basically. See, there's those blight mushrooms they're talking about. The little green ones. Alright. Dandelions. Rock. Where's the iron? Should be like right over here. I bet it's just on the other side of this ridge. limestone rock. There's a deer. Big old deer. Sandstone. What's that? It's considerite. Not what I need. I think it's right here. Right at this rock over here. This is where I found the iron. Nope, there's some more copper too. Perfect. Tin. Copper. Considerite. There's the iron. And there's some lead iron ore right there too. Because I'm almost at the point where I could almost do some iron work in the game. It wouldn't be great, but I could do it. Alright, now let's see here. We're going to fill up on tin, because I need tin. Alright, copper, I mean. Not tin. Copper. Alright, how are we doing? Got 10 and 10. We'll take that wet copper ore. There we go. And that copper ore. There we go. Alright, I think that's going to be all we can carry, realistically. Yeah, that's pretty much everything we can carry. So that's fine. Let's head back. We'll get that bronze knife and that bronze axe made. And then I'll see how much iron it's going to take me to make a pickaxe. Because if we can make a pickaxe, we won't have any more problems with getting iron and copper and stuff. And then we can actually make a better shovel than just the wooden shovel I was going to make. Because we'll be able to basically make an iron-tipped shovel. But that's still kind of far down the road. I'm going to need more clay before I can get that done. Alright. Try and stay out of those blight clouds, though. How are we doing? Alright, I need to head further north, so like this direction. Yeah, that may get me there. Alright. There we go. Now the cool thing is I am next to this forest, which means I've got a lot of good, like, forest resources that I've got access to pretty early on here. I got hardened pine resin and stuff. It's good for making bandages and things. Same with these mushrooms. These mushrooms are good for a lot of things. And the main problem I've got is I've encountered wolves in here before. I gotta watch out for the wolves. They'd be dangerous. Like a coyote I can kill. I can kill a coyote. But I struggle with the wolves. Alright. The other problem with this area is it's very not level. You can see my character struggling a little bit to go up over this hill. So I think one of my other projects I'm going to work on is building a raft. How are we doing? Oh, we're getting back to base. Maybe more of that direction. Okay, yep. It's flashing the quest line at me. Go to the swamp. Yeah, I got you. We're going to go to the swamp game, don't you worry. But first, we wanted to get the stuff we needed to make some mushroom cure-all, and, or well, some blight cure stuff, and then we also wanted to get some other little projects going here. Alright. There we go, we're almost back to base. Let's follow this ridgeline. This ridgeline should get us right back. Find out if my campfire is still burning. If I'm going to have to relight it. Alright. I also need to work on my character's hydration. How are we doing food-wise? It's here. Do I have any more jerky left? I do not. So let's eat some of this fish. Because the fish is good, because again, you get good food value for relatively low blight. There we go. We'll eat one more. That should top us off pretty nicely on the food. There we go. Alright. And there's our campfire. And it went out. I was gone too long. Not surprising. But it is what it is. Alright, so I'm going to put these long sticks down. Go throw this iron in the chest with the other iron. We'll do the same with most of this considerite. The copper we'll keep. Take this copper as well. There we go. I'll grab the axe because I'm going to need it. Alright. So let's see here. Let's do some crafting real quick. So we're going to craft a couple water skins. Yep, there's one. And two. And the water skins are great because they hold like 300 liters of water or other stuff. And there we go. Alright. So that's that. Let's do it this way. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, let's see how this is looking. Yeah, it's still got some time on it. How's this looking? Is what it is. Is that a coyote? That's a coyote. Okay, coyote is fine. It's a young tree. Alright, here we go. Gonna knock down this tree here. Because to make the shovel, we're gonna need some boards. We're going to need long boards, specifically. And we're also going to need some more firewood to get my fire going. That's the other reason I kind of want to shovel, so I can start leveling ground more easily. Like how there's just like sticks and twigs falling off the tree as I chop it down. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'm going to chop one block off this thing. Come on. There we go. My character was falling off of it because of all the random debris around the tree. Alright. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our saw out. And we're going to saw this into boards. There we go. The joys of having a saw. I wonder how many long boards I'm going to get for this. Alright, come on. There we go. Now we got some short planks. We can put those up. I want the short planks. There we go. We're going to put those in our inventory. I didn't realize I was going to get a timber, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and go get the fire set back up. Because we're going to need the fire anyways. I hope everybody's having a good day today as well. I'm having a good day. Alright. Here we go. I'm going to put this like just right here real quick. Chop it up. This way, because we're also going to need some water anyways, so. There we go. There, perfect. That's that part handled. Now let's get back over here and grab the rest of it. Let's see here. Sticks. Let's see here. Twigs. Let's put these sticks in here for now. So any more just random sticks? Yep, there's a stick. There's another stick. I don't know why it's not stacking them automatically in my inventory. Let's see here. Let's do that. There we go. I can get one more set of sticks that way. Come on, sticks, please. Need all the wood we can get right now. That needs to go in there. There we go. Let's grab this. There we go. Alright, we're just going to take this back over here to do our sawing back at base, to turn this into longboards. Stamina drops faster, movement speed slower. Okay. There we go. Let's drop this down here. I'm just going to drop it over here somewhere. Drop. There we go. And let's do the sawing. Because the other thing I'm thinking about doing is flattening this area out over here to build like my actual house and workshop on. That's the other reason I'm kind of pushing for the shovel. There we go. Alright. Let's do that. There we go. Alright, cool. That's done. Now, come back over here. We'll throw the kindling in there. Let's grab some more eaves. There you go. Throw these in here. Need a little bit more kindling. Actually, what am I doing? I can just make kindling. There we go. Throw that in there. Light her up. And I'm going to have to sharpen this thing. There we go. Cool. Nice. That looks good. Alright. So now, first things first, let's get the water situation sorted out. Because that's going to be a real problem. If we don't address it. There we go. Get that boiling. Now, let's come over here and grab a plank. And then we'll need some nails. I think we need, I think it's 10 nails. We come down to tools. There it is. There's the wooden shovel. We have this already. And if we had the iron shovel tip, we could make the iron-tipped shovel. But I don't have the iron shovel tip. So we're going to make this shovel. Could also make a wooden paddle, but I'm not going to do that right now. The other thing we're going to make is a bronze axe. There we go. Alright. Cool. Right. Let's unequip the shovel real quick. First things first, let's start a stockpile of boards just over here out of the way. These boards can live here. Alright. Gotta put the shovel somewhere. It's taking up too much inventory space. You live in here now, Shovel. Good. There we go. Alright. Let's drink some water. There we go. This is where I wish I had a larger kiln for making larger pottery. Because if I had a large kiln, I could make, like, you know, large jar or something. But I'm not there yet, but we're going to get there. Alright, so let's grab this board, that board. We're going to make a stockpile for these. I can just go right there. Do the same thing with this one. There we go. Alright. I think that's pretty good. Let's go put these sticks away. Let's go get that other stuff we left over there where we cut down the tree. Now that we finally kind of sorted out the inventory a bit. Alright, let's see here. We got a bunch of pine branches, so we'll grab those first. There we go. I think we can carry, what, 5? Yep. And we'll grab these long branches. Long sticks, I should say. Let's do that. Alright, grab some more pine branches. They're what, 5 by 5? Yeah, okay, so we're not going to be able to fit any more pine branches that way. Get one more. Get a stick. Alright, that's all we're going to be able to grab on this trip. Oh, no, we can get the pine cones. There we go. Alright, let's take this back. Always gotta keep your stockpile going. There we go. Some more pine branches. Some more long sticks. How's my garlic looking? Medium fertilization. About 2 weeks. About a week left growing. Alright, good. Garlic's happy. Drink our water. We're slowly getting our situation sorted out with the water. Alright, grab that. There we go. Cook that up. There, nice. Let's go get the rest of that tree that we cut down. Alright. Let's see here. We got a stick here. Long stick there. Some pine branches. Alright, perfect. So let's go ahead and sort everything that we can. All right, keep pressing those buttons. Oh, I am stuck on the log. There we go. Nope, nowhere for that. Alright, we'll grab one more long stick. Just because we had the inventory space to carry it. So might as well take it with us. Put that there. Put these here. Put these over here. There we go. We're slowly getting it all sorted out. Alright. Actually grab one stick here. I'm going to grab one stick. There we go. We're going to till some soil here. I'll show you why we're tilling some soil here in just a second. There we go. Till that up. There, that's plenty. Alright, put that away. And then let's go grab our knife. And our salt as well. So we're going to grab our knife. And we'll wait on the salt, actually. But let's go here. And we need... Where's that recipe? It's at the top. We're going to cut up these ginseng roots. And the reason we're cutting up these ginseng roots is, one, we have to cut them up to make the blight cure. which we're going to want because our Blight's up to 12. Let's go ahead and crush these copper pieces while we're at it. Also, go ahead and take out those pine seeds, too. There we go. Just get all our crafting done really quick. Alright, now, that's all done. We're going to come over here to our tilled soil. And we're going to plant some ginseng. So let's plant that. Put one there. And we'll plant one here next to it. Kind of line them up a little bit. There we go. There. And what we can do is we can go grab our watering thing here, our bowl here. We're going to drink all that. Top off our water some more. And then going to grab some water. And eventually we'll make like an actual like watering thing here. There we go. And there we go. So now if we examine it, it's not well fertilized, but it is watered nicely. So what we can do is we'll get some more fertilizer for it later. That's going to require more bones. We don't have enough bones for that right now. All right. So let's put this in here. Get this water boiling again. So we're going to want some boiled water. Nice. Put that in there. What else we got? What else we got? Got plenty of food. So let's see how this hide's doing. It's getting close. Alright, so next up, we've got our shovel. So let's go ahead and grab our shovel real quick. We'll put away our knife and our axe, because we don't need them right this second. But we do want our shovel. And what we're going to do is I kind of want to look at the building menu. So we're going to look at floors. Here we go. And you got a couple options. You got stone floors, which require large stones. You got plank floors. And you got lumber floors. Now, there's a couple tricks to this. So, first things first, we're going to have to go grab some large stones. So let's go find a large stone real quick. We don't need a lot. We just need like one to start this process. There's a large stone right there. Beautiful. We'll pick that up. And then the other thing we can do real quick is, let's see here. So if we do control, terrain too steep to level, So we can level this ground here by doing this. So we can do like control level, and he'll level the ground here, as we see. Now, it was kind of my first time playing with this mechanic, so I don't know how well he is at this. Alright, so you can see it kind of made it sort of level here. Grab that. I'm also going to dig this thing up. It's because it's kind of in my way. Oh, I don't have enough space for it. Alright, how much space does the milk thistle need? Alright, we'll move the milk thistle. Oh, they are kind of big. I'm not sure what the milk thistle is for. Provides a small amount of nourishment. Huh. You can eat them. There you go. Was not aware. Alright. We'll plant it here. Oh, it's dry. Alright, we'll have to water it. That's okay. Alright. I'm going to take a little break from watering. So, if we do 1, 2, split, and like 1, and then come over here and we grab the salt. And we grab 20. So if we split this and do 20, split, you can see that it makes a watery red spotted mushroom broth. Well, we need it to stay hearty, so we're going to do another ginseng, 2 more caps, and then we'll do 20 more salt. So that's flat, so we need a little bit more, so we'll do 2 more mushrooms. Where is it? Split. There we go. Split. There's that. And then we'll do 20 more salt again. Basically, the ratio is you need 2 mushrooms, 1 ginseng, and 20 salt per 50 liters of water. And since this has 140, it's basically 150. So there you go. That'll make the hearty one, and you'll notice it reduces our blight and our health. So we're going to go ahead and cook that up real quick. There we go. Alright. So now, let's go ahead and grab... I need to grab some dirt here. We're going to, like, dig this area here real quick. Just get some dirt. I don't have enough space for dirt. Never mind. Oh, wow. That digs up dirt real fast. Okay. That explains why. Alright, so... So if I want to level this terrain... I think he'll add dirt from his inventory to level it. I could be wrong. Let's see here. Level? This is basically how you build bridges across streams and stuff. Now, see, it won't let me level this. That's interesting. So what we'll have to do... Now, this is where we, like... You know... Discard all. Oh, no, see, it didn't... So used to you were able to, like, basically dump dirt and level it up and raise it up. Maybe they fixed that. They might have changed that. Alright, well, so much for that plan. That's fine. What we can do, though, is smooth out the terrain. And let's see here. Let's level this terrain over here a bit. If we're going to do, like, my house area over here. Yeah, so we'll level this. We'll start working on the house, since they apparently changed how the whole leveling system works a little bit. There we go. See, I kind of wish I could pick, like, this is something they should really do. So, one of the games that I think has a great, like, leveling system is Haven and Hearth. And that would be fantastic. If they could let me pan out an area, like, okay, let me select an area and say, I want this area leveled. You know, that would be ideal for me. So that I can get my character to, say, like, level certain areas here. Come on. Can let me level this ground here. I wonder why it's not letting me level, like, this little spot right here. That's interesting. Okay. Just leveling back this way. So you can see we're having the ability to, like, if I could say, you know, select a grid, kind of, and be like, hey, can we level this out? That'd be fantastic. Might add that as something to devs, like, hey, let me select an area, and be like, hey, I would like to level out this whole area, please. Might be hard to code. Like, I don't know why they went for this particular approach. Alright, let's see here. You gonna let me do it? Nope, see, it's still not lowering that spot. What if I say smooth this? Smooth? Nope, that's raising the rest of it. Yeah, I guess that spot's just going to have to be lumpy. Okay, well, I'm not going to mess around with that too much, because I'm sure that's not what people want to watch, so we'll put this away. We'll leave that as a future experiment to figure out. Now, what we are going to do, though, is come over here. That's not what I want. This is what I want. And what I like to do is I like to take this, and I like to fill a water skin with it. Yep, just transfer all of that in there. There we go. And so now I have my water skin of, you know, hardy mushroom, you know, anti-blight soup, basically. And what I normally do, once I'm ready for it, I'm going to go ahead and boil up some more water here. I'm also going to go ahead and eat some fish. Because we'll do kind of one more batch of soup, I think. And actually, what I'll do is I'll work on filling up this water skin as well. Well, actually, you know what we could do? Hold on. Let's try... That's right, I was going to try this other thing here. Let's do our place rock floor. So let's do this. Cannot be placed in the river. Too long. Alright, so what if we do this? Too long. Yep, nope, just cancel. They won't let me do it. Alright, good to know. They've changed that. So what I'll do is I'll build a raft then. Now where's my large rock pile? There it is. There we go. Come on. So we'll go ahead and fill our water skin. And we'll put in, say, 90. There we go. Transfer. And we can take the rest of this. Where's my salt? There we go. Boil that up. Put the rest of our salt away here. Save it up. Where's my salt? There it is. I can go over here. Alright, let's see how much copper can we do here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. pretty close, so we could do like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give us 400 milliliters of brass there, which we need 300 and 300. Alright, so we're going to take this, and we're actually just going to drink all of that. There we go. And that's going to reduce our blight as well as our health. Now what I like to do, and this is the trick I like to do, we're going to boil up some more. Boil that up. Then we'll come over here. We'll grab our chamomile. There we go. We'll just put our ginseng in here. We'll put these dandelions in here as well. There we go. Sort all that out. Let's see what we have here. Small copper pieces, so I could throw in one more. And let me come over here. Let's grab one more tin. So I'll grab 2 more tin. We'll throw that in there. Throw that in there. 600. Perfect. There we go. That's exactly what we need. Alright, so let's grab 2 of these, because that should give us enough fuel. That's 35 minutes. Alright. So this is all boiled up now, so we've got some fresh water. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw 1, 2, 3 chamomile packs in there, so 15 leaves. That'll make a strong chamomile tea. We'll boil that up. And you know, we lost some health, but we also reduced our blight. The chamomile tea will heal us, so that's what I like to do. The main problem is it reduces our energy. It's going to make us tired. Alright, so let's come over here and grab like a couple of these. I just need like 2. 2 of those will get this done. Alright, 1, 2. Alright, and 1, 2. Beautiful. Alright. So now we can come over here, do this. Throw that in there. Throw this in there. Light that fire. And then we can make ourselves an axe and a knife. So that we're not using our good steel ones when it's out raining like this. Alright, come on. Get up to temperature. There we go. Smelt. Beautiful. Alright. Nope. I want the chamomile tea, please. There we go. Red clay bowl. Nice. And then what I like to do is I like to fill up... well, normally I'd fill up my water skin, but we'll just drink it. Because that'll fill up our water meter as well as our health and all that. There we go. Go get some more water boiling. It's kind of a constant fight in this game is staying hydrated. Until you can get, like, a bit of water backlogged. Again, once you get, like, larger, you know, pieces of pottery that you can boil more water at once, just makes it easier. But again, if people have questions about what's going on in this game, let me know. Alright. So with that all done, I'm just waiting on this to finish. How's this? That's done finally. So we'll grab that. Let's go grab another hide to put on the tanning rack. Do another coyote hide. There we go. Get that going. What do we got here? Got some jerky I need to eat, so we'll just eat all that. Nice. That takes care of the jerky. What do we got here? Well, we got like 5 minutes left, and then we'll have our next 2 sets of bronze tools here. Let's fill our water skin. The other reason we're doing this is we're going to need this water skin filled with water when we go to the swamp. There we go. Do I have my knife on me still? No, let me grab my knife real quick. I'm hitting tab instead of what I need. There we go. I'm going to get some more leather cut up. I'm going to throw that back in here. How's this going? Good. We now have the brass we need. The bronze, sorry. So we do want to fill up this axe blade mold and this knife mold. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Now with all that done, let's see how this is looking here. Let's go ahead and finish filling up our water skin. Yep. Transfer all that in there, and then we'll just drink the rest. There we go. That's all taken care of. Nice. How are we looking on clay here? We're looking okay on clay. Gonna put away this chamomile for now. We'll put away these empty pine cones just because. I wish I knew what this milk thistle seed was for, besides just eating it. I mean, I will just eat it if that's all it's for. I'm gonna eat some of this cured sausage just to get rid of it, because it's starting to go bad on us. All right. There we go. Eat that one as well. Nice. Alright, let's go do some gathering of resources here. How's our axe? Oh, wow, that hardened fast. There we go. There's our axe head. And our knife head. Oh, that's just a knife. We only have to, we don't have to put a handle on that. It's good. It's ready to go. Nice. Now, the axe head we do have to make a handle for. So, to make a handle for said axe, we need just a plank. Just a plank. Well, we got planks. One short plank. Done. Where's my axe handle? There's the pickaxe handle, and there's the axe handle. But we need a chisel. Well, that is why I made this lovely thing previously. So, hammer handle, chisel handle, axe handle. That's what we need. So, do that. Done. And then we'll make the axe. Beautiful. We'll put our chisel away just to save some durability on our chisel. Nice. And now we have an axe. We don't have to use our iron axe, our good one, so we can save some durability there. Go ahead and cut up the stump real quick. You notice it actually has a little more chopping damage than our iron hatchet has. But it has less durability, so it won't last as long. Now, ideally what I want to do is get a metal chisel at some point, like an iron chisel, so that I can make a grinding wheel / sharpening wheel, because that'll let you make these tools have much better condition and work a lot better. And I'm doing this because I needed some more firewood for the fire. There we go. Gotta keep the fire going. Just makes life easier in this game. There we go. Alright. So let's head out. There's a lot of things we kind of need. We need more stuff to make more of that mushroom soup. We need more firewood. I mean, obviously we need more leather too, but you know, we'll deal with the immediate problems here. Grab this twig while we're out and about. The cool thing is the bronze tools don't rust. Like if they get wet, they don't rust on us, which is nice. The iron tools do rust. Definitely need dandelions. Because we're running low on salt. Okay. Put these twigs in the backpack here. Alright, what else we got? Looks like a planted plant, almost. A little weird shape on the ground. I mean, I could go ahead and get one of the things I'm going to need in the immediate for that quest. And actually, since I don't really need to worry about my tools getting wet right now, what we can do is just go ahead and cross the river here really quick. And just grab all this clay. Because we need more clay anyways. Because I'm going to need it to make a better kiln. And a bloomery. No, not dirt. Not dirt. There we go. Let's grab all this clay. This is a nice amount of clay. How are we looking on clay and stuff? Let's discard all the dirt. There we go. Nope, not dirt. There we go. Alright. Main reason you need all this clay is because you need a lot of clay bricks, basically, to make the big kilns and the bloomery and stuff. Alright, I think we got all the clay. Yep. Alright, how we doing? Let's do this. Let's start grabbing some dog bane, since we're just standing next to some. Because I do need more dog bane. Let's see here, map-wise, where are we at here? We're on this side of the river over here. Let's explore a little bit. We haven't been over here too much. See if we see any more camps of, oh wait, I needed some more of these mushrooms. That's right. I'll grab those too. Fill the rest of this up with red spotted mushrooms there. Rabbit remains. What's in this rabbit remains? I'll take the bones. Get enough from one more red mushroom. But maybe we'll wait. Take a look around here, see if I see anything. Kind of trying to keep my eye out for more camps and campfires, for more survivors. I never did. So there's their cave, or there's that cave I found. There's that fire pit I saw and visited. Oh, so they live on that side of the river over there. Okay. So I really do kind of need to make a raft if I'm going to go visit those guys a lot. Kind of makes me wonder if there's more camps over there, too. Now, you do have to be careful. Some of the survivor camps can be aggressive, is what they've said. I've not personally encountered one. So a piece of sandstone on me? I do. Can I, like, sharpen this? Repair. So, like, that will lose. Oh, it looks like I can actually sharpen this a bit more than I thought I could. They must have changed that. Because used to, this couldn't take it above 50% durability. It looks like it can take it up to 70 now. So that's actually worthwhile. Especially at only a 3% durability hit. That's not too bad. So I'll do the makeshift knife as well. Dropping my tools up here. Ah, see, now that does 57 chopping damage on this bronze axe. They must have rebalanced the sharpening with a piece of sandstone. Makes me wonder if I can do the saw as well. It says I can. Item condition. Oh, here we go. Yeah, no, I can. Oh, perfect. Good, because I need to sharpen the saw. Wow, that does terrible damage on that bronze knife. I need to check and see what the iron knife stats are. Alright, there we go. Cool. Now, I saw something wandering around over here in the distance. Wonder if it's a coyote. Yep, it's a coyote. Or is that a wolf? No, it's a coyote. There's another coyote over there, it looks like. Or is that a wolf? Hard to tell at this distance. That might be a wolf. It looks bigger. And... Nope, it's just a coyote. Just the angle I was looking at it, I guess. I was hoping to see if I could see some more copper over here, but I'm not seeing any. Oh, there's some copper right there. Look at that. How much inventory space I got? So if I do this, let's see here. We can get 1 copper ore. What's that become? What's that become in my inventory? If I break that down. So that becomes 10 pieces of copper. So that's the same as, like, picking up 10 small pieces. Alright. Well, we'll grab these small pieces here. Mostly because, you know, I need more copper. Anyways, alright. Our inventory is completely full now, so let's head back. Yeah, we're on the, like, north edge of this lake over here. This would be a good place to come and get some more clay, probably. That is a ton. Look at all that blight over there, though. This place is not great. A ton of blight over there. Lots of clay, though, which is good. So we got more clay we can come get. Not too far from home, which is fine. Let me just cross here real quick. There we go. Alright. And we're almost back to base. We didn't get any firewood, but that's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this in here. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put our clay over here. Yeah, we got like 4 hours of fuel left. Go ahead and tear up this dog mane real quick. Get some ropes. Alright, and now we can make these gloves. Because we're going to want these gloves. So there we go. There's one of the items we need. And then we also need this small bag, which is going to be 3 ropes. Well, we've got 3 ropes right here. There we go. So we'll make this small bag. Because that can go on our belt, and it acts as like an extra storage thing. And it gives us a safe way to, like, pick up and store the materials they want us to go get from that swamp. There we go. Alright. Because the stuff they want you to go get from the swamp is just awful. Like, it's just terrible stuff. Alright. Let's go get some firewood. Because that was the other thing I needed to do. And did not do. Let's see here. That's a young tree. Young tree. Young tree. I prefer to let them... What was that I just got a message about in my inventory? Something just... I don't know. Missed that pop-up, whatever it was. Small stones. Yeah, just nothing but young trees around here. Alright. Well, I guess we're chopping down a young tree. Young tree tried to get me. There we go. Yeah, look at how fast that chops down with this improved axe. There we go. Grab all these pine branches, just because they are useful. They're good for various things. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's head back this way. Get the fire refueled. And we're going to have to do some hunting soon. I'm going to need some more leather. Because I want to get that big backpack. It's just too useful to have. There we go. Alright. Actually, let me grab one of these large rocks real quick. I'm just going to grab one. I want to check something. Hold on. There we go. Alright, so if I come over here to where I was working on leveling all this out. And do a floor. And say a stone floor. Here, we'll just do this one, like, right here. That's too long. Okay. Interesting. So I could do that. Unbuilt stone floor. Okay, so let me grab... Let me do something here. Let me grab my shovel. Let's grab the shovel here real quick. I want to check something. Will it auto-flatten this? Okay. I may have found a workaround for flattening. Because I'd like to flatten out this whole area over here. And use it as like a base of operations for like the rest of my kind of building plans here. Alright. There we go. Okay, that looks better. There we go. Still have my stone. So let's go back into build mode. We'll do another stone floor. Come on. Alright. Cool. Now let's go ahead and flatten that. It looks like this is actually working for flattening out the terrain. Which I'm not going to complain about. Take that apart now. Get my rock back. Yeah, okay. Alright. That is working. Okay. Put our stone back in there. Put our shovel back in here for now. So, note to self, we can do it. It's just gonna take a little bit of creative engineering here. Alright, so that's still working on leather. That's fine. What's this doing? Well, first things first, let's grab this here. We're gonna make some more of this mushroom soup of doom here. Yep, split that. Take that. We split that. Grab 20 of it. Split. There we go. Cool. There's that. Nice. Alright, let's do this. So I do kind of wish that we could, say, make the seasoned fish like we do the rabbit and stuff. Just drink some water. Get my character all hydrated here. While we wait for that to boil. This also gives me a place to put some of that extra water. So I can just make one thing there. There we go. So we're going to eat some of our fish. I do think we're going to need to make a raft soon. So let's see what it's going to take for us to make a raft. Alright, transportation, raft. We need some long sticks, some regular sticks, and some rope. The other thing we're going to need is we're going to need a paddle. So you can't control the raft without a paddle. Alright, so let's go ahead and fill our water skin that has water in it with 90 units. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and do this. The ginseng and the salt. And boil that up. Get us some more of this here anti-blight soup. And the stuff doesn't go bad. You can just keep it in a water skin like I do. So I need about 10 minutes of blight removal right now. We'll see how much this one boil gives us. Throw these animal bones over here. Get them drying. Alright, so that'll give us 10 minutes. So we'll just go ahead and just drink all that. Because that'll remove basically the rest of our blight. Okay. Let's see here. Next, we're going to need some more salt. So let's go ahead and get some more salt cooking up. We'll grab these dandelions here. Alright, dandelions over here. Let's add that to the fire. Cook that salt. And I saw what looked like a wolf or a coyote. It's a coyote. Get our axe out, just in case he gets aggressive. Because he's kind of between me and the tree. Come here, bud. There you go. Come here. How far are you running? How far are you running, coyote? He's running pretty far, isn't he? Oh, okay. Well, I don't really want to fight three of them. Alright. I do need to go close this wound real quick, so... He escapes for now. I was going to cook him up and make some more leather, but I guess not. That coyote lives for today. Alright, come here. Let's get one of these. We need one rope. There we go. And we can make this bandage. And we can heal this here. One problem fighting the coyotes. They are really bad about giving open wounds and stuff. Alright. How's this looking? There we go. We got some more salt. Take that out. Nice. Put this salt away here. Put that down here. Alright. Let's go take our axe. We're going to go cut down another tree real quick. This one will do. Have to keep our eyes out for bears as well. I have seen bears wandering in this area. Chop up this stump over here. And what I'm going to do, put the axe away. And we're going to see if we can't get some more planks here. Because I think I need short planks. I think I still have long planks. Yeah, so I need short planks. So I'll actually cut this up. More scrap wood for the fire. I wonder if that's that same coyote. Let's go see. I generally prefer a spear for fighting coyotes and things. So we got a scratch from that one. He's gonna run. Which means it's not the same one, by the way, because that, if it was the same one, that would have been enough damage to get him. Now, Scratch, I'm not too worried about. This uneven terrain, though, is making it hard to keep up with him. Oh, wow, he's quick. He's quick. Come here. Come here, coyote. I want your hide. Oh, well, we'll have to let him go. Alright. Let's find a dog bane real quick. There's a dog bane right there. Actually, what am I doing? I already have bandages. I already have bandages. What am I doing? Right leg. Forgot I was carrying these polypore bandages. Oh, goodness. Alright. Let's go back to the tree I cut down. Alright. I really shouldn't have run off from it. There it is. Well, there's a tree piece. That's a stump. It's not the tree I cut down just now. There is a tree I just cut down. I mean, I'll take the firewood. Long stick. That might be it over there. Oh, goodness. Shouldn't have gone off chasing that coyote. How are we doing inventory-wise? I got plenty of inventory. Alright. I hope everyone's having a good night for those who are watching. I want to thank everybody. There we go. Grab these pieces of wood. There we go. There's a whole lot of firewood right there. Let's, what can I do sorting wise here? Not a lot. Alright. Where'd that log go though? So that's where I fought the coyote, so this should have been right near it. Oh, there's the log right there. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. Alright. Let's do this. And we'll put this up here. Put that up there. That'll leave. Move that up. Move that up. Move that up. I think. Oh, we're so close. We can almost fit that there. Actually, if I just eat one of these. Just eat one of these, and that'll solve it. There we go. Now I can put this here. Now I can grab the log. And the stick. There we go. Alright. We have solved the inventory management problem. So we'll put this piece of firewood here. Done. And what we're going to do to make this easier, we're just going to throw all of this scrap wood into here. Anything to keep the fire going without us having to actually use real firewood. There we go. Heck, I can throw these in there. There we go. Done. Put that out. Nice. Alright, let's put our axe away, get our saw out. Because we're going to make some more planks. There we go. Put the saw away. It's our stockpile here. And we'll just grab one. We'll grab one of these. And we'll grab some more nails. And our chisel. And what do we need for this? I think I needed two. I need two, don't I? Like tools. Yeah, I need two short planks. Okay. Okay. We can do that. We can do that. That's fine. There we go. Now we can go make the paddle. Hello, paddle. There we go. Alright. With the paddle, we'll be able to build ourselves a raft. There we go. Nice. Alright, well, let's go put the chisel away, because we don't need it right now. Beautiful. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our character to bed. Because, well... Actually, let's go ahead and cut up a little bit more firewood real quick. Just chop up this stump here real quick, because 7 hours of fuel, not really enough to do what we want for sleeping through the night. And hopefully our leather will be done soon. Normally I run multiple of these standing racks, but I haven't gotten around to it, mostly because I want to do things to improve our camp, and we're just not there yet. Can I start a stockpile? I can make a stockpile with that. Alright, here we go. Now, that'll get us almost 8 hours. Let's put the axe away. Lie down. And let's see here. So we've got 7 hours till sunrise. 8 hours to sleep. Our fire's going to run out a little bit, but that's okay. The bandages wore out. That's not good. Alright, let's see here. How are we looking here? Kind of surprised that that wore out. There we go. Left leg. There we go. And we'll do that. Alright. This we'll just throw in the fire. That we'll just throw in the fire. That's a bear. I'd rather not fight the bear. Take this. We're going to go get some water. We're going to have to make a real spear here soon. All right, let's put this in the fire here. There we go. Let's see how we're doing leather-wise. Yes, we have the leather we need. Well, we have some of the leather we need. All right, let's grab our next hide to put in there. Because once we get 6 leather, we can get the big backpack, which is really what I want. I really want that big backpack. There we go. All right. Let's see here. So we've got tools. We don't really need this. Can I put this down? No. But I can drop it on the ground somewhere. It'll be fine. It's not going to wander off on me. I'll just drop that. There we go. Firewood is going to start becoming a problem, though. Definitely going to start being a problem here soon. Well, there's a large tree over there. Assuming we don't get jumped by Mr. Bear. Yeah, he's wandered off that way. Okay. Bear's fine over there. That's a good place for the bear. Alright, long stick. Grab all this. Take this back to camp. Alright, throw these into the inventory as well. Beautiful. And this large tree. Go. That bear is still over there. Now, I can kill a bear with an improvised spear. I'd rather not. I prefer a flint spear. So I think we might make a flint spear here. After we get this tree. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that bear. There we go. Grab this long stick. Grab these pine branches and sticks. Yep, that's all looking good. Hold on. Put that back there. This can go here. There we go. Let's see what we can grab. Twig. Stick. Pine branch. Grab the things we can. That can go in there. More sticks. More pine branch. There we go. How we doing? Don't have any more space for pine branches, but we have more space for sticks and stuff. That's fine. Take this pine cone as well. There's another stick. Just keeping an eye on that bear. Alright, let's cut this tree up. Take the logs with us before the bear comes over here and gets too friendly. And the good news is the bears are kind of cowardly, because they are like black bears. They're not like grizzlies. So if you give them a good whack, they'll usually run off. Alright, I'm just going to take this. And keep going. Going to head back to camp. We're just going to pretend that the bear's not there. He's stuck on the tree. That's kind of hilarious. We need to walk faster. Alright, walking faster. Alright, we're going to put this here. You're getting awful close there, bear. Alright, let's see here if I can do something about this hole. Small stone. Let me pick that up. Okay. I hurt myself with the paddle. Good lord. Alright. Paddle, you're just going to have to live in the chest. There. You live in there, paddle. Good lord. Hurt myself with the paddle. That's a new one. Small piece of flint. Do I have any large flint? Large stone. Am I out of large flint? Looks like I am. Okay. Well, we're going to need large flint to make a flint spear, so we'll have to do that later. You know, I'm going to offload all this stuff. Alright, looks like the bears wandered off, so that's fine. Let's do that. Alright, let's go back over here, finish gathering up our resources that we had, where the bear kind of followed us. Oh, there's a boar. Thankfully, boars are usually passive, but if you attack them, man, they will mess you up. Like, those things are dangerous. Good news is I don't think the bear's going to mess with it. There we go. Alright, we'll take this heavy log as well. I'm mostly doing this because we're just really low on firewood right now. Yeah, I've killed a boar once in this game, and it was bad, because I ended up having to deal with like a fracture and a bunch of other stuff. Just a bunch of bad wounds. It was kind of a mess. Put this here. There we go. We'll go grab this last log from that tree. And in theory, trees will grow back eventually, but they are slow. Actually, let me put this log here. We're gonna chop this up. We're gonna get all the wood we can out of this tree. Because firewood's kind of the name of the game right now. Oh, bear's coming back. Kind of hope he doesn't come towards me, because I'd rather not fight him with my axe. But it's not bad. Main problem is I'm not carrying any extra medical supplies right now. Okay, let's set my... Let's see here. Bear, you gonna walk on by? Alright, good. Looks like the bear's gonna walk on by, which is what we wanted. How are we doing here? Yeah, we're doing alright. Oh, nope. Ran out of space. Hold on. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Just pick it up. Take it with us. There we go. There we go. Didn't get killed by a bear. Right. Still got a fever going. So the fever's from that wound I got from the coyote. It's become infected, which is unfortunate. It'll be alright. I am going to have to make another bandage, though. So let's go ahead and eat that. Topping off my food and stuff here real quick. And what we'll do is we'll clean this thing out here in a second. That was part of the reason I was actually boiling up some water. we go. And then the other thing we'll do real quick while we're sitting here. Go ahead and take that out. There we go. We'll go ahead and put this firewood away. Put that in there. Also clear up some inventory space. Come on. Put all the firewood in there, please. There we go. Put our kindling in here. Nice. There's that. Now let's grab some pine needle leaves. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get this thing lit. Alright, there we go. Let's get this water boiled. And we'll use that to clean up our wound here. And the other thing I'll do is I'll take this and I'll go ahead and cut some firewood. No, that bear is still around. Bear is going to be a problem, I think. I'm really not set up yet to deal with said bear. There we go. Fire is all good. Pick this up. Let's just start a little stockpile for firewood here. And go ahead and cut this one up into firewood as well. I do need to go check my garlic here in a minute. I'm not seeing my garlic. Did my garlic get, like, destroyed? There we go. Let's come over here. No, that's still there. Okay. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Why am I not seeing my garlic over here? It's fine, though. The garlic's growing nicely. Alright, cool. Now, what we can do with this is we can use this to put this on our hand here. And let's go sanitize. Left leg, open wound. This will clean the wound and help fight off that infection we've been dealing with. There we go. We have a little bit left, which we'll just drink. Throw that back in here for now. And we'll grab a rope real quick. I already have a rope, so I don't need to grab one. So over here, we'll grab one of these. Craft this bandage. And then we'll come into here. We'll recover that. And we'll put this on it. And see, now that it's cleaned out, this infection meter right here will start going down. Basically, our body will start fighting it off. It's a whole thing. I'm just going to throw this in here for a little extra fuel. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and refill my water. And the other thing I need to do is smoke up some more fish, because we're actually running out of fish now. There we go. So let's boil that up. Let's go grab our fish. I'll place this back in the river here. Beautiful. That bear is still hanging out over there. I think that bear is just not going to go away. Alright, so let's cut up these fish. And I think once our next piece of leather is done, we're going to go ahead and make the large backpack and fix that all up for us here. There we go. We're starting to look pretty good. we're getting there. Because once we get the large backpack, I think we'll have enough food with this, and once we fill up our water skin as well, I think we'll be pretty good to go as far as getting to the whole, like, let's go get that stuff that they want us to go get for the quest. There we go. Sort all that right there. How's that looking? That's looking good. Alright, let's go check and see how our leather's looking. It's 50% done. Man, that stuff is slow, isn't it? Alright, well, let's see here what it's going to take for us to build, you know, this here raft. Go ahead and build the raft real quick. So, raft. So, we've got our long sticks. This has to be placed in the water. There we go. There's that. Now we're going to need some sticks here. Some regular sticks. I think that's enough sticks. And from inventory. Oh, we need thin trunks. That's what it is. Alright, so we're going to need ropes and thin trunks. Well, at least we can get all those. So let's see here. We'll put these away. What else we got? Got some twigs we can put away. Twigs? Didn't I have a twig stockpile somewhere in here? Or did I use them all? Looks like I used them all. That's fine. We'll throw the twigs in there. Alright. How's our fish looking? They're smoking up nicely. Let's go find a large piece of flint while we kind of wait for things to happen. Because there should be some flint around here. I'm going to grab this long stick while we're out and about. Because if we get a large piece of flint... Let's grab some of these large stones real quick. Yeah, because we can always use them for building. Same with these dandelions. Just going to go out on a general gathering exercise here. Sorry, these can go in here, not in my hand for right now. Let's see here. We're looking for limestone, because that's where you're going to find the large flint chunks, by the way. So you see this large limestone here? There's a small piece of flint, which is good, but it's not what we're looking for. We'll take it with us. Let's go look for another one. Small rock. Here's another limestone over there. Welcome to the stream, folks. I saw we had someone join. Welcome, welcome. Nope, that's sandstone, not limestone. Right now I'm looking for a piece of flint. A nice large piece of flint. Alright, let's see here. Looks like there's some sandstone over here. Limestone, here we go. Large piece of flint. That's what I needed right there. Also take this large rock just because I can use that for crafting. There we go. Any more large pieces of flint? I got some small flint. No, only one. Alright. But thanks for joining us there. Hazel VTuber. Hope you're having a good day. Let's see here. What else can I fit in here? I'm going to grab a couple more of these regular sticks. We're playing a bit of Last Plague Blight, which is a survival game set in a world that has been overrun by this blight, which is basically some sort of crazy fungal infection. It is slowly infecting everything and killing it. And we've been asked by a group of hermits to see if we can't help them find a way to combat said blight. Meanwhile, we're also just trying to survive. Part of the reason we're playing, though, is because they had a recent update, like just this month. Oh, he left. That added NPCs for trading purposes. You can go and trade with them, although some of them are also more bandit-like. There you go. Let's see here. Grab some more dandelions here. Getting a bit of a salt stockpile is not a bad thing to do in this game. And is it this? I think it's these, well, bergment leaves that can be used. Yes, that can be used as a bug repellent. There we go. Alright, where are we at? So I need to go further this way. Alright, looks like the bear has not wandered into our camp, so that's good. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and drink all of that. Top off our water. Done. And we're going to throw all of that in there just to get some more salt. I'm going to go ahead and put down these large stones. And then I'm going to make... Where is it? A flint spearhead. There we go. And now we can make a flint spear. There we go. So now we have a proper weapon. Okay. And these fish should also be about smoked. Yeah, they're getting close. Alright, so we're going to put these long sticks away. Put these regular sticks away. Get out our spear, because I see an unfriendly neighbor walking up on us. Yeah, look at that. Got a good hit. Got a good hit on that coyote. It's starting to rain here. Come on, coyote. You started this. Didn't even want to finish it. Alright. Well, I guess he didn't want to finish it. We can also theoretically throw this spear. But it's not the easiest thing to do, and then of course then I'd be weaponless basically. That coyote's gonna run for a while. Alright, well, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll grab some more dog bane and stuff, because we need more dog bane anyways. Since we're over in this area. Now, the reason this spear is so good against, like, bears is because the bear is actually too slow to get away from you. And so you can keep up with the bear and just basically keep poking it. What is that? That's another coyote. Alright. Come here, bud. Come on. Come on. Now, if we can get him cornered here. Come here. Come here. Quit running. Got him. Alright. Nice. There we go. And see, we got that one without even getting hurt. So let me do this real quick. And we're going to go and harvest both the meats, the hide, the intestine, and that. There we go. And this comes back to where I wish I had a large kiln going so I could make some bigger pottery, because if I had some clay jars, or some hardened clay jars now, what I could do is I could take and make some sausage and cure said sausage. Now that I have salt and stuff. Although it's also raining, I just realized I just lost all my salt. I'll be there in a second. Now, the good news is, this will give us another coyote hide that we can tan up. And we can always make some jerky out of this here coyote meat, or even like cook it up into a nice flavorful meal. Unfortunately, with it being super high in contamination there, it's gonna be a little rough, but we can do it. The other thing is, this animal fat's gonna be really good because that'll let us make some more candles. You know, which will be good. Alright. Army Bacon's telling me something here. What's going on there, Army Bacon? Okay, let's get this. Throw these in here, get these drying. How's my fish? My fish is nice and smoked. There's some more fish on the smoke. There we go. I need to check this rabbit pelt. Oh, it's almost done. My salt. No, my salt. My salt's dissolving. How is this? I wish this would fill up with water when it rained. Really do. That would be nice. It'd make my life easier. Alright, so, well, since my salt got dissolved, I guess we'll go grab some more water here. Hold on, I have to go see what was going on in my Discord there for a second. Alright, so Army Bacon's functional airship. Hold on. Goodness. Army Bacon is talking to me about a mod. So, Army Bacon, one of my community members is sitting here talking about the airship mod for Vintage Story. And it was like, so hear me out. And I'm like, and I just responded to him like, I take it you didn't see my mod spotlight for the airship mod where I talked about that very mod. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be time to build. Alright. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's exactly what Army Bacon was going on about. He wanted to show me the airship mod that I recently just did a mod spotlight video on. Hilarious. Hilarious. Alright, I'm going to top off my water skin here. Beautiful. Alright. Yeah. Oh no, it is filling up. Slowly but surely. Alright, perfect. Okay. Well, I'm going to throw this in here and let it... It's not going to tan, but maybe if it gets enough... Yep, there we go. Finally. Now we have enough leather. Good lord. Alright. So cut that up. There we go. And we'll cut this up. And now we can finally make this once we get enough rope. So let's make some rope. Finally get the large backpack. The large backpack is such a major upgrade. This is also one of the reasons you want to build like a roofed-in area, which is part of the reason I was trying to flatten all that terrain earlier. There we go. Alright, let's see how this is looking. It's still working on smoking. Let's grab some more firewood here. Because we're going to have to keep this fire going. Yeah, with it being wet, it's struggling. How's my water skin looking? Yeah, it's mostly full. There we go. I know a lot of this game is just like back and forth maintenance. But, alright. How we doing? Yeah, they're being slow to smoke with this rain. At least my wild garlic is happy. This is filling up very slowly. This might actually fill up enough. Alright. Oh, right. I could go throw on another piece of hide to tan. This one is ready to go on the tanning rack. There we go. Get that one stretching. Sort that. There we go. Let's go get some more. We need more rope. More rope. Let's go find some more dog bane. There we go. There's some right there. Beautiful. We just need 5 more. So I don't have to dip in my saved up rope. I'll grab some more dandelions too while I'm out, because I need more dandelions since my salt got dissolved. The joys of, rain in this game. Also makes me want to build a rain collector. I should look and see what I need to do that. There we go. There's that. Get some extra dog bane while we're here. Yep. Go ahead and just max it out. Get 2 more. And 1 more. There we go. Now, let's see if we can't find some more dandelions. Dandelions. There we go. There's another one over here. Beautiful. There we go. We can get a grab a few more. Let's grab 1 more dandelion. There we go. Now let's head back. What are we doing on dog bane? Yep, we got all the dog bane we need. Cool. Here, the house should be right over this way. Got a wet, dried bone that I apparently left out here at some point. That's just funny, if I'm honest. Alright. going on? Why am I hurt? Why am I hurt? Soaked? Yeah, okay. Okay, that's all still smoking. I don't know what's going on there. Grab some of these bones. There we go. Just drink all that. Once this fire dries out, I think it'll be alright. There we go. Cool. And let's throw all of this in here. Yeah, it's drying out. It's all drying out nicely. Just taking its time. There we go. Now I get some more salt. Beautiful. Alright, let's go ahead and craft up this dog bane into rope. And then we'll get that large backpack. Alright, here we go, here we go. Beautiful. We'll go and create this real quick. We'll put it in our offhand here. Or in our hands. There we go. And now what we can do is we can transfer all of this stuff. That's not what I meant. There we go. Want all of this in here. Yep, all that in there. See, look at how much bigger that backpack is. We can just put all this in here, and then sort it, and it'll be all good. Yeah, we can put these bones in here out of the small leather bag. There we go. It's just so much extra inventory space. I can carry so much stuff in this large backpack. This is like one of the first upgrades you really got to shoot for in this game. And there we are. Nice. Put that here. There we go. And what we can do is we can take this and we'll place this on the ground right here. And I just like to use this as like extra storage. There we go. Alright, then we've got some more fish ready to go on the smoker here. Done. And then actually what I think I'll do is, because I don't want to try and do the whole make sausage thing right now, is I'm just going to cut this up into jerky, and we're just going to throw it on the smoker real quick. There we go. So we'll just do this and just get that smoking. Done. Done. And we'll grab our salt out of here. Go put our salt in here. There we go. Beautiful. Lots of salt. Got another empty pine cone to add to the pile. Cool. Starting to look pretty good. I'm going to throw these in here just to save those for later. We'll use that to make some more candles later on. So now, realistically, all I need to do... That was one... Probably process this stuff. Like, I can just, like, toss this in here or something. I don't need this. Alright, well, it's not going to let me get rid of it. That's fine. So let's go ahead and crush up all these little bones. So we're going to go top off our plants, get them nice and fertilized. Just make them nice and happy. Broke one of our stones. But that's alright. It was also nice having this flint spear, because you notice that flint spear took down the coyote without a problem. So we're doing pretty good on food. We're doing okay on water. And there we are. Look at that. Beautiful. How are we doing here? Oh, yeah, I was going to go refill this one more time with water. Just get that taken care of. There we go. Now I just wish I knew where there were a couple more, like, NPC camps that I could go visit. Go ahead and pull all that up. Nice. So let's come up here. I'm going to look at my wild garlic. How's this doing? So let's split off some more bone, crushed bone. There we go, because I think 10 more. Just add that. Good. So that's good on that one. Because it's like 70 for each you need. So, like, I think it's 10 more on this one. 2. Split. Add. So you can see it's got about 6 days left on that. Then we'll come down here and do the same thing with the ginseng. Oh. My thistle died. What happened to my thistle? Well, so let's split this. I'm just going to do like 50, 50. Split. Add. There we go. Add. There we go. I wonder what happened to my milk thistle. I wonder why it died. Alright. Not sure why my milk thistle died. Very, very curious. Alright, so let's see here. We're going to fill our water skin. Yep, transfer that. And we're just going to drink the rest of this, top off our water. Beautiful. There we go. How's our smoker looking? Looking fine. Let's go ahead and eat some food real quick. We're just going to eat one of these. I mean, it's not the most filling food, but it keeps us fed. And that's what matters. And probably what I'll do is I'll probably take that jerky and go sell it at the camp. Because the jerky tends to be a bit high in the contamination department. Whereas the smoked fish tends not to be. So, eat some of this here. There we go. I'll go grab some more fish. Like, look at this. See, we already got like 5 more fish here. It's one of the advantages of being next to the river. There we go. Alright. Then I can even come over here. And we're just going to cut up these fish. There we go. And then I can go get these on the smoker. And this is actually probably why I need to have a second smoker going. In my other playthrough that I had, this wasn't on stream. I actually ended up with a second smoker running just to make sure I had enough capacity to smoke all those fish and stuff. And you can also just cook it. Like, I could just come over here. Yeah. Oh, so I did get some pebbles. There we go. Alright. I'm going to put these away. Not really sure what pebbles are for. I think they're going to be adding, like, a sling or something at some point. So, like, I could just throw one of these fish in here. Let's just drink all that. There we go. And you can see, you know, it'll cook up. But it's got a lot higher, you know, blight rating. So, like, I could do that. But it also doesn't take as long to prepare. It's a whole thing. Yeah. Which we're going to go ahead and cook this up, just because it'll let me top off my food bar. Alright. Good, my campfire's also lasting nicely now. Go ahead and get this wood. There we go. Now the campfire will last nice and long. Definitely think I need a second smoker. So many things to do. Oh, there's the pig. Let's go. I'm gonna go add some ropes to this thing. There's the bear. Is the bear dead? Bear? Nope, bear's alive. There we go. And that's why I like the spear. Look at that. Like, I got hurt a little bit, but nothing, like, terrible. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the hide, because we want the hide. And we want the meat. I'm not going to worry about it. Well, I mean, we'll harvest the intestines just to get them out of there. And we want all of this fat. Look at all that fat. Look at how much fat you get. You know, and we're gonna speed through this. Just because we have so much harvesting to do. Really quick. That, and I need to be ending the stream here in a minute. I mean, like, this bear meat is really cool. The main problem with it is you tend to get so much. That looks like something aggressive. Oh no, it's just a pig. Okay. Just the pig. I was like, is that a coyote walking up on me? I don't really want to fight a coyote while I'm trying to harvest up all this, you know, stuff here real quick. But there we go. Get all this meat and fat and stuff. I'm going to slow it back down so I don't, like, have the ridiculously fast processing, and then we can grab all the bones. There we go. And all the bones. And that's a bear hunt. There you go. We hunted a bear. And what I can do is throw the bear hide in here. Which, now I'm going to have to, like, actually take time to fill this thing up with water. How's this doing? It's still got time to go. I'm going to throw all these bones in here, get them drying. Just speed up the process a bit. And, like, there's even more bones than I can really handle right now. So, you can see the whole thing with the, like, the bears. They produce, like, a ridiculous amount of food and stuff. Like, if we check this, that's all ready to go. We can throw some more fish on there to get curing. And then we can cut these into, like, you know, like, look at that. You get 42 jerky per bear meat. That's a ridiculous amount of jerky. Or you get 12 ground meat per bear meat. You know. Like, I've got so much fat, I could theoretically make sausages. Like, one bear meat would use up all of my fat right now, actually, for making sausages. The main problem is, again, I don't have a way to cure them to make them last a long time. Now, the jerky could be viable. I could also just cook it. Like, I could just cook the bear meat. Yeah. Just gonna eat this. There we go. So if I, like, throw that in there. No, it's actually too big for me to cook. I'm gonna have to, like, process it. Never mind. Actually, wait. Can I, like, take this out? Now can I put it in here? No. Nope. It's not big. That's not big enough for me to cook the bear meat. Okay, so I can either... Yeah, no, so this has to be processed, it looks like. Okay. Go ahead and eat this as well. Just to go ahead and get my hunger kind of maxed out here. But you can see fighting that bear kind of hurt. And it did 20 points of damage. But alright, we're going to call this there. We got so much left to do. Our next major goal is to get down here to this swamp. Where we're going to do some more trading with the nice people that live next to said swamp. We're going to gather the things that the Divine Flame folks want. And before we do that, we'll probably finish up our raft and take our raft just down there and just do it that way. Save ourselves a lot of headaches. Also keep an eye out for more camps, because I would like to find some more camps that are preferably closer to home. Or at least easier to get to than that one. But it's alright. So I think we're going to call it there, folks. I want to thank everybody for joining me and hanging out today. I'm kind of obsessed with this game, in case y'all hadn't figured that out. I love this game. You know, I very much enjoy survival games, and this one, I just like the way it works. It's just a great game. But this has been the last Plague Blight, and this has been Thalen McRom playing it with you all and hanging out. And I hope you all had fun, and we'll catch you all in the next one. You all have a great one. And remember, if you want to support the channel, you can make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitch. Or you can, if you really want to be super special and go over to Patreon, you can support me on Patreon too. So, you all have a great one, and we'll catch you next time.